Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Sunday Morning Shred with me, Mark Murray. The show where every Sunday you wake up, come over to YouTube, and get your favorite beverage, sit back, and hang out and talk guitars with me. This week I got a couple fan videos people sent me in, and I got some Q&A questions people have asked me. If you guys have any questions you want me to answer, leave them in the comments down below. Or even better, make a little video, like a 30-second to 1-minute video of you asking the question, and then I'll include the video on the show and play it on here, which I think would be a really cool feature of the show, to have you guys actually asking the questions. If you guys want to share your modified guitars with me, do the same thing. Make a video of you showing the guitar and describing the mods of it. And I love to see your guys' custom guitars and your crazy cool ideas and your experiments. So make little videos and send them in to me, mark@guitarguts.com, or on Instagram @guitarguts. You can send me your videos, and then, like I said, I'll play it on the show. I have two fan-submitted videos today. I got a bunch of questions, and I actually am going to share a couple of my own guitars with you guys today. It's something I used to do on the earlier episodes of Sunday Morning Shred. I would always have like a featured guitar that from like my personal collection, because a lot of people know me as a guy who is crazy about buying guitars. At one point I had 50 guitars in my collection. Now I have around 20 or so, and it's still a crazy collection. But I saw this hilarious meme, some of you guys probably saw it, about a normal person has like 5 guitars. That sounds like a crazy person. No. Like, a crazy person has 15 guitars. That sounds like someone who's completely obsessed. No, when you're obsessed, you have like 50 guitars. That sounds like a psycho. No. Psychos usually only have 1 or 2 guitars. But no, that sounds like a normal person. No. Like I said, a normal person has about 5 guitars. So, yeah. The crazy guitar obsession of buying them. I've got my favorite few that I want to show you guys, because somebody had actually sent me a question that I was gonna. Normally, I ask answer all the questions at the end, but I thought this one was pretty good and it deserved a video. I can share some of my guitars right now with you guys, and at some point I'll make like a full collection, all my guitars in my collection video. But for now, here's just a little snippet showing some of the guitars. So Dante asked, do you have a personal main guitar? If so, what is it? Also, really love your content, dude. Thank you, man, first of all, for sending the question. Thank you for the kind words. I have a favorite guitar, I guess. I have a couple go-tos, but the number one favorite guitar of mine, I do have one favorite. And I don't play it the most because, obviously, I want to preserve it. It's a really rare guitar. It's an Edwards guitar. I'll show you it right now. Here's my top 6, though, because really I have like they're all kind of my favorite in a different way. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's kind of also crazy. But I have like 6 that are my main favorites that are like art pieces to me, because my taste for guitars has changed a lot in the last few years. I'm obsessed with figured maple tops and translucent finishes and beautiful bursts. I like over-the-top gaudy stuff with like bindings and abalone inlays and all kinds of crazy stuff. So when you see the first group of guitars here, it's my favorite 6 like classiest guitars. Let's check these things out real quick. So starting on the left, you can see I have an LTD MH1000 and transparent black. Quilted maple, it's got the crazy binding on it, 24 frets, Floyd Rose, EMG 5766, all black chrome hardware, Iron Age kill switch. I love that guitar. It's it's actually a set neck or something like that. It's like a weird construction. Then I got this SL24Q Jackson Seymour Duncan pickups, which is great. There's an Edwards from Japan with the quilted maple in natural, another MH1000 in green with gold hardware, my Rhodes RR24Q, and then all the way on the right is the Edwards. That's my favorite guitar. So these 6 right here are my favorite guitars. They're all pretty similar features. And then here's another 5 favorites of mine. I mean, it sounds crazy to say that, 5 favorites, but these are like my Metallica guitars. I got my Kirk Hammett style LTD on the right, my Les Paul with the headset. The LTD actually has the bone breakers. I got my 67 Flying V, which is the classic. And then on the left, I have 2 Epiphone 1984s, one with the headset, one with the 8160s. And I love all these things. A couple of them I've had for over 20 years. Here's a couple other little guitar projects I have going on. And then here I have 5 guitars this is to my left right here. And these are 5 customs I just finished up in the last few months. Some of you who watch Trash to Thrash remember this Ghost Stealth Splatter Kelly. Of course, the Sparkle Roswell. The Tiger Rhodes here in teal and purple. The Ibanez Proline V. And then the Charvel Stealth, which is an awesome Frankenstrat. All of them have different cool EMG pickups. And then I also have this rack here, which has a bunch of project guitars. Has some of my acoustics on it. These are going to be some of the next guitars that'll be in the Trash to Thrash, my shop projects, or maybe even possibly given away on the Patreon page. But yeah, so those are the main guitars right there. When you look a little closer, I have a little closer up of the Edwards. And I even did kind of an in-detail look at it on one of the episodes of Trash to Thrash that was about Japanese guitars. I started it out by showing the 2 Edwards guitars. And if you saw, you could see actually back here, that's where that wall is. You can see I have the natural Edwards and the red Edwards because I love the red Edwards so much. I bought that one back in like 2007 or 2008, maybe 2009. I'm not exactly sure. But it is just such an amazing guitar. Of all the guitars I've ever played, nothing until recently has come close to it. I bought the MH1000 in black translucent, whatever it is, and I loved that guitar the first time I played it. So that quickly became like my number 2 guitar. Then over the next year or so, I picked up another Edwards, another MH1000. So I basically had 2 MH1000s and 2 Edwards, 4 guitars, but it's only 2 different models. And then I got the Jackson in the blue and the purple Rhodes, which to me are both such awesome Jacksons. I love Jacksons. So I needed to have a couple of Jacksons, of course, in the lineup. How can you go wrong with purple and gold, though? Like the Rhodes, that 24 fret Rhodes back there is so awesome. I love that thing. I saw it at NAMM, and I was like, I gotta have one. So that's go check out, I think it's episode 8 or 9 of Trash to Thrash, and it was about Japanese guitars. The inlay work on this guitar is crazy. Mother of pearl vine with abalone flowers on it. Gold Floyd Rose, Seymour Duncan pickups. Incredible guitar. They actually make a few different colors of them. They make blue, they make that red, the natural that I have, and then they make like an orange to yellow sunburst. So I don't love the sunburst, but the blue one is really cool. Maybe one day I'll have to pick up another one of those. All right, well, here we got a couple of videos that were sent in. So here's Daryl. Daryl is a left-handed player. He has all these, almost 80 guitars in his collection, these really crazy, hard-to-find guitars, and a lot of them are modified because he's a lefty. They don't make every guitar you'd want to get, It's not every guitar is just made in left-handed. So he has to take right-handed models sometimes and flip them and modify them. And here it said he had a double neck lefty, which I'm not sure if I've ever seen other than Michelangelo, now that I think about it, Michelangelo Badio. But let's check out what Daryl's showing us. He sent in many videos over the past few weeks, and keep them coming, man. I love watching Daryl's videos.
What's up, Mark? This is the K-Man Guitars, brother. Coming to you, man.
The video audio is not playing over on my end, so let's get the monitoring turned on. I apologize for this delay, but here we go. Start that video over.
This is the K-Man Guitars, brother. Coming to you, man. Check out my new, I don't know. This is my double neck I was telling you about. Got a Ibanez Geo Micro on the bottom, tuned open G, and then I got my Geo at the top, just regular standard, but if I want to go up here to the top, I just kick her on up here and then takes a little bit of getting used to. But anyways, I took 2 old guitars I had, both of them are left, and I just joined them together. One of them's beat all to crap, but there you go. And I got all my controls down here at the bottom, so I don't know if I'm going to paint it all one color or what, but I got it put together with epoxy and steel dowels, so it ain't coming apart. So I love that. So something different. I play slide. I play a lot of I don't know, a lot of different genres of music besides metal, but and again in the fashion of metal, my 8-string. Not a fan fret like the other one, just a regular 8-string.
I didn't know the 8-string was in this. Man, he has such a crazy collection. This thing, the double neck was insane. What the heck was that thing? But look at this beautiful 8-string. Man, cool guitars.
I'll be out of tune. Anyways, I think this thing is probably 2.5 inches. It's pretty wide. I mean, it's I got an 8-string electric. I'll do a tutorial. This has a pickup in it, so but far as playing, it's not too bad. It's a little bit on the wide stuff. I'm going off tonight to play bluegrass. I play bluegrass. I call it bluesgrass, but I'm going off tonight to play. I just got me a Gibson SJ Deluxe Jumbo. It was a righty. I converted it, so I got that towards the end. I got it this past week. So man, I'm always flipping and dipping and stuff. You know what I mean. But this guitar, new, thinks I sell for $600, but I don't see them anymore. I don't see them, and my fan fret, I don't see those anymore. And and then I just got this in. I love old Stellas, man, and this is a tenor guitar.
I'm gonna guess the reason he's not seeing those guitars is because they're so uncommon that a 7 and 8-string acoustic is not something that most people would need. And lefties, I think it's something like it's 8% of guitar players are lefties, so they don't get a lot of options. And with weird niche stuff like that, it's like they're not gonna sell that many fan fret 7 strings and 8-string nylon acoustics. So they made them for a year, wasn't a huge seller, I bet, and then they stopped making them, because if they sold like really well, they would definitely keep making them.
Did my conversion on it, but But anyways, man, I love this kind of stuff, man, and this is where it's at, man. Take all your talents and put them into something, man, useful, man. With me, man, I got messed up a long time ago in drugs and stuff, man, and I got my life straight, man, and now I focus on this kind of stuff. And I got saved back in '99, so I'm trying to live for God as best I can. I don't judge anybody, so I'm not gonna Bible thump but He changed my life drastically. But anyways, man, I love you. I love your show, man. I love y'all guys, man. Support Mark, man. He's a cool guy, man. Great guy, man. And I love what he's doing, man. I wish I wouldn't mind tracking west, man, and hang out with y'all some, man, out there, man, and check out the music on the East Coast, man. It's all right, man. I'm in bluegrass country, so a guy walking in with inked up tattoos and stuff, and they think, what is this cat? But music is music, man. And this is where we are in America, man. There's all genres of music, man, but I do not like the rap. I don't get into that. I don't get into that mess, but I am a true rock, blues, metal, hey, it's all good. But anyways, Mark, I love it, man, and I can't wait for Sunday, man, and Thursdays, man, and I like the new show, man, so keep it up, man, and y'all subscribe, man, subscribe. Give this man the love. Peace out.
Dude, this guy's the best. Great video again, Daryl. Guys, send in your videos. I want some stuff like this. We need some more characters on this show like that, because it's always so fun to see his crazy creations, man. That double neck was something else. Look at that thing. All right, we got another one. This one's really cool. This is from Andrew Bedlam, and this is a video of his daughter. They got her a new bass for her birthday. It was her 7th birthday. Her name's Ava, and they watched the show together. She loves watching Trash to Thrash and Sunday Morning Shred and everything. So happy belated birthday. And here is her being surprised with the bass. I watched a couple seconds of the video. It's really cool because we're in the middle of the party. There's a total little birthday party going on, and we come through, and let's get into it.
Another card that says and inside this card is another one that says you deserve a great day.
Is there anything else in there, Mommy?
One you pull and there's a hug.
Is there anything in the envelope or anything? Is there anything else? Ava, is there anything else in there?
Look in the envelope.
Ava, is there anything else? Ava. Hold it tight, it's heavy.
You like that?
Hey, but that's real. That's not a
Yeah, that's real, honey. That's a real short scale, baby. Look at that, and it actually fits you, see? Now you'll actually be able to play.
You like the color?
You like the color, honey?
Yeah.
Baby, do you remember when I told you we might have to get a green bass? How long ago that was? That was the day I bought that. I bought that long ago.
I was looking for.
Yeah.
She was supposed to get the pick in the last part of the card.
Here, baby, take your pick. Is that easier for you than when you played Daddy's? You're gonna start learning how to play it? Let's do this. Listen to that.
Man, that was awesome. She loved that bass. It's slime green. It's a minion bass, so it's a mini bass. That was so cool. I love seeing stuff like that. For Christmas, I gave my nephew a guitar, and there's a video of me giving it to him, and it's really cool. It's on this channel back in like December. Okay, so we also have some questions here from you guys. So great videos, guys. Thank you for sending those in. We already went through that one from Dante, so let's check out what do we got next. From Joey. Why doesn't my dad kiss my forehead when I go to bed anymore? I know this guy. He's like 35 years old. Maybe that's why. Maybe because you don't live with him anymore and you're a grown man. Okay. Hopefully there's not too many more like that. If you had the opportunity to create a festival, who would you have on the bill? That's from Note to Andrew. What's up, Andrew? Okay, a festival. I mean, I can't do a full festival because that would take too long to like figure out. But let's say 5 bands. What 5 bands would I book? That would be like my dream to see play together. Okay, well, without having like a whole list of bands in front of me, I'm gonna obviously start with Metallica. Metallica's gonna be the headliner. We definitely gotta have Between the Buried and Me on there. It's my favorite progressive death metal band on there. Dream Theater, of course. Dream Theater's got to be on there. King Diamond, one of my all-time favorite bands. Who would be the 5th? Let's see. It's got to be someone really good. Oh, this is okay. So sorry, I don't think Metallica is headlining it. Metallica is the second from the top of the bill, headlined by the Pink Floyd reunion. That's who at the top of this bill would be. That's right. You know, Metallica would be playing as the sun's going down. We got the sunset in the background. Metallica comes, kills it, huge fireworks show, and then Pink Floyd as the sun is down. It's dark. Pink Floyd comes in, and both of Roger Waters and David Gilmour, they reunite, get the band back together. That's got to be it. What do you guys think of that? Another one. If I could ask another question, favorite amp and why? Okay, so I'm weird. I'm not into high-end amps. Obviously, I'm obsessed with guitars because I love guitars. But when it comes to amps, I play at Axe Effects a lot. So right here, over here at my computer, I have the Axe Effects. Behind me, you can see I have a couple Marshalls. I honestly haven't even played the Marshalls. In the last year, I probably played them a couple times. That's it. So I'm not really a giant amp guy. They're even solid state. People would get so mad when I would tell them that I play a solid state Marshall. But when I was using these ones to make videos, these Marshalls, they sounded awesome. And most people would wonder what amp I'm using. And then they would be like, oh, it's solid state. That sucks. But when they would know, when they would just hear it, they always thought it sounded good. So, yeah, I don't really have a favorite amp. I mean, the AVT50 is a Marshall solid state. It's a single tube amplifier. Just the power amp, I think, is a single tube. I think that's what it is. But I like that amp. I think it sounds good. I'm sure if I got a 5150, I would love that way more. But hey, whatever. I like what I got. It's working. Okay. Dominic asked, favorite guitar brand? I like Jackson's. That's a tough one for me. But I think ESP is like the number one most prestigious name company that I like. I really love Jackson's too. So yeah, probably Jackson, ESP. I love Edwards. Kiesels are beautiful, but I don't even own any Kiesels. So that's hypocritical, I guess, if I were to claim that's my favorite. Yeah, I think ESP. Riffs and Rios. Would you ever get a guitar that you don't like all that much and turn it into something cool? I probably would. I mean, I definitely would like to do that as a project. But for something that I'm going to play all the time, I mean, I already have those 6 guitars that I showed you earlier. I find it hard to believe that I'm going to find something that's not a high-end guitar that's really cheap and that I don't like, and I'm going to make it so that I'm going to want to play that guitar more than I'm going to want to play one of these Edwards or Jacksons or LTDs or Epiphone Explorers or Flying V's. I mean, I've got so many cool guitars now that it's like I've really set the bar high. The Charvel, Frankenstein, I mean, all these cool guitars around that. I do build guitars, so a guitar that I don't like all that much and turn it into something cool. I mean, if it was something that I didn't like the paint job, maybe, but I would always start with something I probably already like quite a bit. So I would try, but then I'd probably, try to do this and then probably just sell it because it probably wouldn't be something that I would feel the need to keep. Jeremy D. What first got you into modifying guitars and when did you turn it into a passion? The first thing I ever did was I loved Metallica and saw that they had EMG pickups, so I bought a set of EMG pickups back in probably 1997 or 98 before they had like the clip together plug-in setups they have now, which now they're so easy to set up. Back then you used to have to solder everything. You had to solder these like big old braids that were on each pickup and soldering those big braids with the cheap iron, which I had a cheap soldering iron at the time. It was really hard, but we did it. Me and my dad got it done. Hey, Ruka's making an appearance. What's up, big Ruka? But yeah, so EMGs. I wanted EMGs in my guitar. And that was the first mod I ever really got into. I had taken my Stratocaster apart and like taken the knobs off and I remember I took off the single coil covers so they were black on like a white pickguard, and I thought that was cool. Did little things like that too, and then it really became like a bigger passion, I guess, when I was in my early 20s. As a teen, late teen, I was in a band, so I had most of my guitars were modified, and I was pretty into modifying guitars then. When I was 17 years old or so, I would put EMGs in like all my guitars. Had kill switches in a couple of them back then. Had push-pull knobs. I mean, I was into like weird, cool mods like that. And later on, I became, like in my early 20s, I became more obsessed with that. Like, I even had a company that we would sell pre-wired pick guards, and like we would modify people's guitars to have like really tricked out, cool wiring. So that's probably when it became more of like a business, I would say, in my early 20s when I started to do that stuff. And then, I would say it became a passion probably in my late teens because I was one of the only people I knew when I would show up at gigs and there was 4 or 5 bands there, and each band had 2 guitarists usually. I was like one of the only guys, probably the only guy who was opening the guitar up and changing the pickups back in our teen years. So I would say I was pretty passionate about that back then. Luke asked, can I get a guitar? Can you get a guitar? Of course you can get a guitar. Go to the guitar store and buy one, silly. If you want a guitar from me, that's a whole other thing. But yeah, you can actually get a guitar from me. The 5 awesome guitars that I showed you a couple seconds ago that are the ones right here. We had the Kelly, the Roswell, the Rhodes, the Ibanez Proline V, and the Stealth Frankenstrat. You could actually win one of these guitars if you enter, if you sign up to my CEO tier of my Patreon. There's a link down in the description below. Every month I'm going to be doing a drawing on the 15th, and I'll be giving away a guitar to one of my CEO tier patrons. So every month a guitar is going to be given away for the next 4 months minimum, maybe up to 7 months. I've got 7 guitars ready to go right now. And I've got another 5 or 6 that are on this rack. Jacksons, Epiphone Flying Vs, LTDs, a lot of really cool guitars over there too. So over the next few months, all those are going to be rebuilt into new things that are probably going to be given away if the Patreon keeps growing. So go sign up to the $10 a month CEO tier, and Luke, you can win one of these guitars. Benny Ray, favorite Van Halen guitar. Sorry about that. Here we pull up the questions again. My favorite Van Halen guitar is either the original Frankenstrat, because how can you beat the original Frankenstrat? Whew, I gotta say it's probably gotta be the original Frankenstrat. I'm thinking through. I mean, the Bumblebee's awesome. The 78 is awesome. What's the one that's like a serpent, that snake one? That one's pretty insane. I like that one a lot. Thinking what else? The star is cool. The shark is cool. But I think I got to go with like the snake or lizard or whatever the serpent, whatever that explorer hand-carved one that he had for a while was. That one's really awesome. Or the original Frankenstrat. Jome guitars. Something. Could you do a tutorial on crackle paint? Yeah. I'm actually going to be doing in-depth tutorials over on my Patreon. So if you sign up to the Patreon, you're going to be getting a monthly in-depth tutorial. There's a few different ones that have been requested, and I'm starting to make a list. So exactly what you guys want to see, I'm going to be making close-up, step-by-step tutorials on those things. Okanza, Kentel Laboths. I ruin your guys, totally destroy your guys' names. Sorry about that. Trash to Thrash, making the wackiest guitars, like a flying W out of a flying V. I don't know. Or out of flying V. So put 2 flying Vs together, make a flying W. You know, that's funny you say that. I don't know if you've ever seen, but Dave Mustaine, Double Neck. Most of you guys have probably seen this. But he has a flying W, basically a flying W. Not that. Here we go. Yeah, look at these. These are like 2 different... I think that looks like 2 different crazy different... Wow, that is ridiculously awesome. But yeah, double flying Vs. The top one on the left-hand side, or the top one when you're playing it, is actually a 12-string on this one. Bottom one's a 6, so very cool. Okay, Trash to Thrash. Making a flying W. Yeah, that's a crazy idea. If you could design your dream guitar, what would the specs be? Submitted by Slam Dun. You know, it's really hard to say because I kind of feel like I already have my dream guitar. The only reason I'm buying more, that guitar has gotten any bigger than just having the red guitar, is because I want more of that guitar for different tunings. Those LTD MH1000s play so good. They're right there with the Edwards. So I've got like 4 untouchable guitars over there. The Rhodes and then that Blue Jackson are right up there. They're not quite as good of players as the Edwards and the MH1000s, but they're close. They're really close, and they look so beautiful that that makes them that they can hang out with the crew. But to design my dream guitar, I mean, I kind of already have it. I mean, maybe just another Edwards in transparent purple, like the Rhodes has, but that's pretty much it. I mean, it's hard to top that. Sean Jones, Real Estate. What's up, Sean? Sean's actually an old friend. He used to come to my old band's shows all the time, and now he's like a local real estate agent, and I get the Sean Jones magazine. So, hey, what's up, Sean? Do you like Gibson and Fender? It seems like you mostly work on other brands. You know what's funny? Well, Gibson and Fender are great, and I know you have SGs, you have Fender Tellys and Strats, and maybe you have a Les Paul. You have a lot of the classic 70s style. And, you know, it's because look at what you play. I know Sean plays mostly rock, 70s, 80s. probably some 60s and probably some 50s. I don't know that well of his whole catalog, but me, I really don't play much 70s. A little bit of the latest of the 70s. Like, Van Halen came out in the late 70s. Most of my playing is 80s stuff, some 90s stuff, some 2000 stuff. So 80s, it's all about, metal guitars. I play lead, so Fender and Gibson don't offer a ton of guitars with Floyd Roses in them, for example. Fender makes some Gibsons, you see them once in a while, but Jackson, almost every model is available with the Floyd Rose. ESP's almost every model is available with the Floyd Rose. They have everything I want already. They have that super Strat shape. Now, when it comes to playing, I like those metal guitars more. But when it comes to modifying and working on guitars, I'm totally cool with Gibsons and Fenders. But for what I like to play, I usually like to, for my builds, I like to build things that I would want to play. So Gibson and Fender is cool, but if I'm going to build or work on a Gibson or Fender, that's going to be for me or to sell. I'm probably going to put a Floyd Rose or something on it because that's what I would want. And all I need is one other person to love the guitar I'm building when I build a custom guitar. Because I want to build things that I want to build. I don't want to build things that are cool, but I don't like them that much just because I know they're going to sell. I'd rather build what I think is super awesome, and then as long as one person wants to buy that guitar, it was a success. I'm not building 10 of each guitar, and then I'll go on and I'll build something different in the next one, and as long as, one person likes it, we're going to keep moving on with building these crazy weird guitars. But yeah, so I do like Gibson and Fender, but it's just they're not for me, I guess. If I could get a super badass Fender or Gibson with the Floyd Rose, dual humbuckers, sick flame maple or quilted maple paint job, decked out 24 frets even, would it stand up to what I have over here, the Edwards and the MH1000s? In my opinion, probably not. So that's why I don't build and play them myself. This name has stumped me. I don't know how to say this one. What's the hardest guitar work you've been through? Paint jobs, man. Paint jobs have been the hardest thing to learn. When it comes to learning it, getting all these different aspects of it down, learning how to actually spray, how to prep it before you spray, how to do a clear coat well, how to level sand it, how to polish it. There's been so much of a learning curve. With wiring, it was pretty easy, to be honest. With all these other steps, it was pretty easy. But painting, man, that has been tough. I finally got it down, I think. But, man, it has been a journey. Jose Lewis, why don't you sand guitars down? Why don't you sand down the guitars till the wood is showing? It's a great question. The real reason is because you don't need to. It's a lot of extra work to remove all of the finish back down to wood. When you paint a guitar, you use, usually on bare wood, you use like a grain filler, then you use a sealer, then you use primer, sealer, primer, then you use paint, and then your clear coat, top coat. To sand through all that stuff is unnecessary. The reason you do the grain filler is to fill in the wood grain, obviously. You don't need to sand, you don't need to bring it back down to wood grain because then you got to refill the grain. Then the paint I use is actually paint and primer in one. So that'll take care of all the sealing and all this stuff like that. So after that, all you need is your top coat. And paint sticks to paint. It sticks to primer. Paint will stick to sealer, but paint doesn't like to stick to wood normally. That's why you have primer. Primer sticks to wood really well. Sealer sticks to wood really well. And then paint sticks to your sealer or your primer. If you use a paint and primer in one, then you're good on that. But you don't want to take it all the way back down to wood because then you're going to have to put all these layers back on it when really all you need is to scuff it up with 600 grit sandpaper or so, or 320 and then 600 grit after that. When you sand a guitar, it makes the top of the guitar really scuffed up, and that's going to make it so that you're going to have a mechanical bond between the paint and the body. You could take it back down, but it's unnecessary. It's just a lot of extra work. So, Finn asked, what's my favorite color? I don't really have a favorite color. It's hard to say like a favorite song, favorite band, favorite color. to have favorites of things is pretty tough. Even favorite guitar when you have 30 of them or whatever, 20 of them. So it's hard to say a favorite color. I mean, I don't really know. I like blue. I like purple. I like green. So for guitars, I mean, I like all these different colors. I like blue, green, purple. Lots of different colors. Vintage Charvel guitars. Favorite body shape to work on? To work on. I like working on Rhodes a lot. They're a nice flat top on them, you know, makes it really satisfying to paint because when you get a nice gloss surface across a Rhodes, it looks so cool. But favorite body shape, I don't have necessarily a favorite body shape. I like a lot of different body shapes, I'd say. Maddie Miller, could you do a video tutorial on how to replace pots and pickups? I'll add it to the list of Patreon monthly tutorials that I'm going to be doing. Absolutely. Here are some that we got from the YouTube channel. So, Hawken. Hey, Mark, can you shoot a detailed video on how you repair the dings and fill holes in the guitar with Bondo or some kind of putty? This would be much appreciated. Thanks. Absolutely. Another one. I'll add it to the list. So, thank you, Hawken. And I think this is the last one we got. So, from Doug Wilson. Where did you get the fuzz circuits for that bass? So he's referring to the EVH episode of season 1 of Trash to Thrash. The bass I did, I threw a fuzz circuit in it. And the fuzz circuit sounded awesome, worked great, until it got to the destination. And then Dave, the guy I built the bass for, told me he was getting some weird type of radio interference from that circuit. So I don't know what happened because I wasn't getting that here. I tested it for a few days, was playing it, and made some videos with it even, and never had that problem. But then when it got to his place, just geologically where he's located, he must be like under a path of some type of radio wave or something. So it didn't really work for him. I know a lot of other people have used that circuit and it worked fine. I don't know why it didn't work out that well, but yeah, I actually made the circuit. My friend, I think it was Matt actually at Goliath, who makes my pedals, the Guitar Guts Kill Boost pedal. He suggested that I put that circuit in there, and yeah, it sounded like a really cool synth fuzz circuit. It's called Bass Fuzz, and you just type in DIY Bass Fuzz circuit, and you'll find it online. So, all right, guys. Well, that's the last question. That's the last of the videos. I think we're good here. So, I appreciate you guys watching. If you want to buy the Guitar Guts pedal or kill switch, they're both available at guitarguts.com. Guitars for sale link at the top. Click that and you'll find the pedals and a couple other things on there. Also, if you want to be entered every month automatically in a contest or a giveaway to win one of those awesome 5 guitars that I showed you earlier, the Kelly, the Roswell, the Rhodes, the Ibanez Proline V, eventually the Crackle Kelly. I've got a couple of these Charvel, not Charvels. I got this one's a Charvel, but I also have a Fender Stealth Frankenstrat. So go sign up to the CEO tier of the Patreon. Links down below. As always, I appreciate you guys watching. Follow me on Instagram. If you guys want me to mod your guitar out, send me an email, mark@guitarguts.com, and we'll talk about your guitar and what mods would be cool on it. I'll help you create kind of like we can brainstorm and create like a really cool concept for you. So make something really custom that no one else is going to have, which is so cool to do. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you very soon. Next week on Thursday, Trash Talk number 3. See you then. Rock on, my friends.